Y'all, if you are planning to go to Japan, if you are just thinking about it or you're really actively, oh gosh, I'm about to go, this is a video for you. This video will cover the probably one of the more important things we were worried about, and I was really paranoid about this. How do we pay for stuff? I mean, I can see being stuck, but if you don't even know how to pay, this is a whole new different issue. And a lot of the videos that we watched, me and my wife, we were both watching it, and we were thinking like, well, how the heck do we pay for stuff? A lot of places say you have to bring a lot of cash. Okay, fine. In my mind, I'm already strategizing. I'm thinking, okay, well, I get in the airport, I can get some cash. How do I get cash later? How do I find the currency exchange? All of this stuff. So I'm panicking. I'm in a panic mode, right? Because it's my wife, it's my kid, we're all going, nobody can get lost, nobody can be out of money. So it's all kind of on me. Just I'm in a full-on paranoid mode. So, and after watching all these videos, also the YouTube videos, I realized that a lot of them were misleading. Now, okay, I'm gonna tell you what actually happened and how do we pay for things. And I'm gonna give you like a life hack that just makes everything so smooth. And I was surprised. I felt like I had much easier time paying for things even than my wife, which is unusual because she's like on top of things. She's like, oh, this is how you do things. But I was ahead of her in certain things. So we landed the airport. We landed the airport. It's H&D airport, and we go past customs, right? And by the way, don't forget to fill out the form, because my wife was like, well, you have to fill out the form. And I was like, no, you don't. Oh, yes, you did have to fill out the form. You have to either fill out a form online, and we can probably cover this later. But so we go past the gates, past the customs, we come out. So, and of course, on the left, currency exchange. So in my mind, we got to get the money. My wife looks, wait a minute, they're ATM machines. Okay, we can see, because currency exchange, all these kiosks, they make a ton of money. If this is where all the lines are, this currency exchange, everybody lines up there. ATM machines are there, there's two of them, nobody lines up there. It's like open. Okay, so we're passing all the lines. So we're going to, instead of going left, we're going right to the ATM machines. And first obstacle is Japanese, but then you see a sentence there, insert your card, and it's in English, right? So I put a card in, see where it's gonna take me. Obviously it takes me to my passcode, and then the letter shows up, the button shows up, and it says English. When you hit the English button, this is where everything becomes English, and you can withdraw money, right? Like regularly. And I mentioned it before, I think a lot of things in Japan, as far as getting around, it's just a matter of connecting dots. I mean, this is a pretty advanced like society, right? And maybe in many ways, maybe more advanced than, US. So if you can connect the dots, you can get around Japan pretty easily. So I got, I believe that my option was to withdraw 50,000 yen. And I was kind of scared. What is 50,000 yen? So 50,000 yen, make a note, is $300. It's about $300. And I did make a video how to convert things. So, but it's like 10,000 yen is $60. So 50,000 is $300. So both of us took out $300 worth of yen. So they're like 10,000 yen bills. So we come out, and of course we head for taxi. We are not sure how trains work. We are after 14-hour flight. So our original plan was to get a taxi to begin with, maybe Uber, because easier. So we go, and of course, the first thing I do, I go on the right side of the car and I open the door, and lo and behold, there's a steering wheel there. So for the first 5 seconds, I see the steering wheel, nothing clicks, and then I see the guys telling me, no, no, no. The driver is telling me, no, no, no. Okay, I guess they drive on another side. So we're going, and we made videos of beautiful Tokyo city, and then we finally arrive, and it's time for us to pay. So how do we pay? Well, this guy had absolutely any which way mode of payment you could think of. I'm not sure if he had a cash mode of payment, but he had absolutely everything. He had you could pay with the phone, you could pay with the Visa, whatever, all the other cards. I give him the card, I pay, done. No cash needed. By the way, yeah. So I'm like, at what point are we gonna need cash? I don't know. So we move into a hotel. We go to a hotel. No cash needed there because all you need is a credit card. So then we go to Subway. How do you pay in Subway? I've seen a lot of videos, and I think this comes from place of, I think it's kind of like a domino effect when people watch YouTube, and YouTube gives them one advice, so they follow that advice, and then they make a video about that advice, and it just snowballs into something that is not the best solution for Subway or to make any purchases. So here's the life hack. Before going to Japan, you have to go on your phone. I have iPhone. I'm not sure how Android works, but I'm sure it's probably similarly. On my iPhone, you can go to wallet and add a very important card for Japan. It will help you get around pretty much anywhere. Okay. The card is called Suica, Suica, and you download it in your phone. It's not an app. You go to the wallet, hit a plus, and then select from the list of options, select a transit card. It's a transit card, but you're not gonna believe it. You can pay for just about everything with that card. Transit card. So hit plus, transit card. Then you have a number of countries will show up, and then you go down all the way to Japan, and you hit Suica card, Suica, add it to your wallet, and now it is in your wallet. The problem is it has zero balance, so you just need to add some money to it. You can add up to 5,000 yen, and doing the conversion, 5,000 is $30. So that's the most you can add. But typically, the way I was going through this whole trip, I would add $30, spend $30, add $30, spend $30. The reason it's being used so often is because I'm thinking in my mind, even if there is any kind of like a fraud type of a situation, right? Then the most you're gonna lose is $30. So that's kind of makes it easier. So you add $30 to your Suica card, and then you pay with that Suica card for everything. It's on your phone, right? It's on your phone. And to me, who is not someone who uses my phone to pay for things, this was a relatively new experience, okay? But the Suica card on your phone pays for stuff, I'm telling you. You add $30 and you can get into a Subway, because you're gonna go down the subway at some point. You want to try to go from destination from place A to place B, and you can't even figure this out until you get in, right? So you get in, and the way you get in is you literally just have, let's see, so this is like a scanner, right? And this would be your phone. So this is your phone, and you just put your phone down on a scanner, and it automatically brings up the Suica card. Like the phone could be off, and it will bring it up and it will beep and will let you in. Like it just figures it out. So the little doors are opening inside way, so you go in. You go in, and to get out, you put the same your phone once again on the scanner, and not just follow what everybody else does in front of me. Put your phone on it, it does beep, it lets you in. Now, if it's your Suica card is out of money, it will light up red. All you gotta do, the internet, there's Wi-Fi, and it's good on that subway. It's a good Wi-Fi. It's perfect. Wait, is it a Wi-Fi? No, I don't think it's a Wi-Fi. I think it's just the connection. The phone connection is really good on the stations. So if you don't have money, you just hit add money and add it from one of your credit cards or debit cards or whatever, and the journey continues using Suica card. So Suica card, Suica card, Suica card. Okay. Now the another question was, how do you pay for stuff at grocery store? Do you need cash? You can use cash, but I just never did. I had Suica card on my phone, and when you come up to the grocery lady, like when you done your grocery shopping. By the way, how do you do grocery shopping? Yeah, like I said, if you can connect the dots, you can figure this out. Let's say you decide to buy a sandwich at the store. You come up to the cashier and tell them two things. One, I need a bag, because that would be the first question. She'll be like, something Japanese. I need one bag, and I'm gonna be paying. You can just show them. Open up your wallet, Suica card, right? They all know what it is. So then they will type something in their computer, and then you bring up your phone, put it against the scanner, and that's it. The payment is made. Whatever, 160 yen, whatever. So you can pay. So what I'm getting to is that the transit card that you just got for your train now works apparently in a ton of grocery stores. They have three big branches, I don't know what you call it, networks of grocery stores. 7-Eleven is one of them. Family Mart is the second one, and Lawson is the third one. So those three, I don't know how they rank, it doesn't matter. But they're everywhere. So whatever you need, like you need a power bank, you can figure this out. If you need a clean shirt, they sell it. They're small, tiny stores, but they sell everything. Small stores. Then, with that Suica card, you can pay for coffee in cafes. You can pay for little snacks. So if you have this card, you can pay for just about anything and never have to worry about anything. Never have to worry about cash. My wife watched the video. I think something about obtaining like a physical Suica card or a Pasmo card. So she had it. And I think she had it working maybe at some point, but when you run out of money, you have to go to a machine to put money in. And that did not work for her. But in my case, everything went on my phone, so I never had to worry about anything. In fact, a day before we left, I still had most of my cash with me. So this was insane. We literally needed cash maybe one time, I think in a taxi. The guy had a big sign in English, cash only, and he could tell us in English that it was cash only. So, and because he was such an exception, he was making it known that it was a cash only. Maybe there was one more place where we paid with cash, but most of it would take either Suica card or your regular credit card. Okay, but as you find out, Suica card for Japan works very smoothly for purchases like under $30. Okay, just everything, and a lot of the purchases like under $30. Sandwiches, you want a drink, you want some water, you want to go to a vending machine. Whoa, a vending machine. You need Suica card for a vending machine, because yes, you can use a credit card, right? And you can use your cash, but why do that when you have your Suica card? A lot of times you see a vending machine, you push a button, it would be like a blue blue button for a specific drink, and once you push the button, you pull out your phone. Well, this is my phone. You press it against the vending machine, and the bottle will just pop up, right? And a few times, my kid had to help me because my kid, he's a teenager. He's like, Dad, you're not pressing it against the screen enough. So we had a couple of failures, but there was never a time when we actually walked away from a vending machine without getting stuff, just using my phone. Okay, yeah, yes, you can use obviously cash or coins for the vending machines, but I mean, why, right? So, cash, I don't know what these people are saying, how cash is important. Maybe they brought a bunch of cash to Japan and it worked for them. For me, I put the Suica card on the phone. I had credit cards on the phone. So I used Suica cards for anything under 30 bucks and anything over 30 bucks. Or if they don't accept for some reason Suica card, I use my credit card. So a lot of times you come in and you're like, hey, do you take Suica, right? Maybe they don't know how to say what do you take means, but they know what Suica means because everybody knows what it is. So that's done. Now you pay for just about everything with those things. Buses, right? Cafes, small snacks, entrance fees, absolutely anything you can think of. If you want to quickly rent like a power bank, you can do that. Sometimes you go in, you can rent a whole power bank without ever talking to a cashier. It's just so much easier. So this was my big life hack. They do take everything. I did not need to use all of my cash at all. All the stores take either Suica or credit cards. Even on the market, they take credit cards or Suica or whatever. So in my case, that was my big answer. By the way, follow me because we're gonna break down all those things that I was paranoid about as far as getting to places, staying safe, where to go, how to get around without knowing any Japanese. I'm gonna try to cover all of this on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe. So the best way you can support me is by following on this channel, and I'll see you in my next video.